Hi everybody, this is Frank Kelly here for the Charles Xavier Coder Dojo, and this is our first ever online tutorial. Well, we lost the data at the Microsoft Nerd Center and I figured let's try doing some stuff online. Today our goal is really to go over the first few levels of Code Combat. Code Combat's a more advanced learn to code tutorial. We think it's a step up from Scratch. Scratch is awesome. And what I want to do today is kind of give you an overview of Code Combat. But first, I kind of want to tell you what's the difference between Scratch and Code Combat, just so you're ready for it. And let's get started with that right now. So as you know, Scratch is awesome. We drag and drop commands onto the right-hand side into the script area, and we are able to move our character around on the left-hand side in our game or our screen area. Code Combat's fun too. Great thing about Code Combat is we do have fast graphical feedback. Now though, you're going to do more typing of commands, just like programmers do. There is less scope for creativity. Basically, you're presented a puzzle that you have to solve. You either get a character across the screen, pick up gems, fight bad guys, that kind of thing. There's more problem solving involved, but that's typical of computer science. Software engineering is about problem solving, small problems, doing it repeatedly. This is a prerequisite for the Minecraft mods class, so it do require that folks do have some experience with this game or some other JavaScript related activity. The prerequisite for this, though, is you have done some Scratch. You have thought through and worked through some of the tutorials that we do on Scratch. If not, we do recommend you start with the beginner level. There are two classes for Code Combat that we do. You're welcome to continue on beyond this if you want in your own time. So the first week, which we're doing here online, is Kithgard Dungeon, and it covers the basic syntax of JavaScript and also things like loops and variables. Week 2, which we'll be doing at the Microsoft Nerd Center, is Backwoods Forest, and it contains more stuff like if then else and advanced concepts. There's no need to buy anything, thankfully, it's all completely free. If at any time it does ask you to buy anything, there's usually an X that you can click, you ignore it and continue on. If you buy the subscription, you do get more levels, but they're kind of just more practice of the same thing. So let's talk about the difference between Scratch and Code Combat. On the left-hand side, you have some of the commands that we've used in Code Combat before. Move 10 steps, turn right 90 degrees. On the right-hand side, we'll be doing more typing. So we do things like this.move right, move left, move up, move down, and we have to type those into the window. So we don't drag and drop, we do more typing. We still have the ability to repeat commands. So on Scratch on the left-hand side, we had forever loops, we had repeat loops. Forever did something over and over and over again, and repeat will do things a number of times. On the right-hand side, we have the loop in Code Combat, and we do some commands over and over again. We also keep track of things in variables. In Scratch, we used the variable command, so we changed score by 1, and we were able to create a variable. And on the right-hand side is what we kind of things we do in Code Combat. So here we have a command to find the nearest enemy. We pop that into our variable called enemy, and then we can call this.attack enemy. And as you can imagine, it attacks the enemy that's nearby. We also have decision making. So on the left-hand side, if you remember from our Scratch-like tutorials, we might have something like if we're touching the shark, then we change the score by 1. Otherwise, we do nothing. On the right-hand side, we might have to type this in. So we might do something like if 2 plus 2 equals 4, then we move to a certain location. So all the kind of concepts are the same, just instead of dragging and dropping, we'll be typing those in. So let's get started. So I expect you to just follow along on the video for now, and then try it yourself at home. What I'm going to do is kind of walk through a couple of levels, give you a flavor of it, and then what I'm going to do is set up a time online where I'll be available by Skype, and you can ping me if you have any trouble or problems. Then week 2, I will be at the Nerd Center, and you can kind of ping me individually, and we'll have a bunch of other mentors there as well. So the first thing you want to do is go to codecombat.com, hit create an account. I'll type in my personal email here. I'll create a password and my name, and I'll sign up. So we're ready to go. And we hit play in the middle. And we wait. So the first level that's available to us is Kithgard Dungeon. It has about 38 sections in it. If you're on the free level, you get to play about 16 of them, and that's fine. Gives you lots of practice. Here's all the other levels I haven't unlocked yet. Down here are different things you can set and enter. One of the first things that's really important to do is click on Heroes.
Death and destruction.
We have a choice here between Captain Anya Weston.
Of course.
And Sir Theron Thunderfist. I'm going to go with Anya here. And this is the critical piece. When it asks you which programming language to choose, you must pick JavaScript, because that's the language we're going to use here in Code Combat, but it's also the language we're going to use in Minecraft mods. We want you to get used to that first. You're welcome to go back and do it in another language later on, but for Minecraft, we want to pick JavaScript and hit save. Alright, let's start with Kithgard Dungeon. And this is a map to all the dungeon. We start off here on the left-hand side. We just click on this. So here it says we have to grab the gem, touch nothing else, and in this we'll learn basic movement for our hero. So we hit play. This is the screen we'll be seeing a lot. Here on the left-hand side is our hero. In the middle here are things we can equip our hero with. So if you click on this, on the right-hand side it says we have boots, and this allows your hero to move up, down, left, and right with the different commands. So we're going to equip our hero with that, and now we can click on play. So the goal here, avoid the spikes, collect the gem, and we get bonus XP for no code problems.
More battle scars!
So let's start the level.
Treasure. You can use these methods. Type your code on the right.
Alright. So as you can see on the left-hand side is where things basically play out. On the right-hand side here is our area where we type our commands. So I can do things like type this dot, and it will show you, should show you, alright, but it's this.m, and it'll give you all the commands you can do. So you can either continue to type it. I can say this.move up, and put the parentheses in. Parentheses are a critical part of JavaScript. We'll talk about why they're there. But then I can hit run and see what happens. Oh! She runs into the spike and dies, so move up is not the right thing. We basically want Anya here.
Went the wrong way. You better delete your last line of code and try again.
We want Anya to move basically from the left to the right, then down, and then to the right, get the gem. So let's do that. So we have moved right already. This dot move down, and I can actually use the up and down arrows on my keyboard here to pick which one I want, and it'll automatically fill it in for me. Or I can just type it all myself. This dot move right. So things to notice, the semicolon is critical at the end. If I don't have a semicolon, you see this little warning comes up here. It'll still run, but I'll lose some points for it, so I'll always have a semicolon. And so let's run. And here she goes, she picks up her gem. And we're a win. So once that happens, come up, it says we're all done. We can go on to the next level. So you see we get XP and gems. Gems we can trade in later on for new upgrades. XP basically lets us go to the next level, and we've opened up a leather belt here, which we'll be able to see in a moment what we can use that for. So we go on to the next level. Gems in the deep. Let's click play. So now we have this leather belt available. It gives us 5 extra health. Let's equip with that. Here's some things we have to unlock at some later point. And we'll hit play.
Code Combat.
So again, same kind of thing. Avoiding spikes, collecting gems. But this is a little bit more complicated. On each level it gets kind of a little bit more advanced, but it gives you lots of chances to practice some stuff here. So if you think about where Anya has to go, she has to go from over here on the left to the door on the right and pick up all the gems. So let's think about how we want to do that. So we're already here, we move right, what should we do next? Well, we definitely want to move down to get these gems and see what happens. So let's type that, this.move down. It's okay, you don't have to solve the whole problem straight away, just try one thing at a time. So now that we're down here, what do we want to do next? Well, if we want to get all the gems, We got to go all the way to the top. And let's see what happens if we just do one move up. Will it get to the gem? Well, it doesn't, so we have to do another move up after that one. And again, it's okay to just solve one step at a time. Keep trying. There's no winning by getting it all right the first time. And from here, we want to move right. And as you can see, for commands you've already done, it goes a little bit faster. And now they're over here to get down to the door. It's not really clear, but you kind of have to move down one more time. Oh, actually, we don't. Looks like we're done. And let's see, one more level just to try it out. Nothing's unlocked. You just gotta play.
Code Combat.
In this case, there's this ogre down here in the middle on the bottom. And if Anya keeps moving right, we'll see what happens. The ogre sees her, goes to get her, and beats her up. Unfortunately, she doesn't have any weapons at this point,
Your
so
hero has been slain. Better delete your last line of code and try again.
she doesn't have any weapons, so we really can't fight back. So if we want to avoid him, we gotta do something different. Let's see what we can do. So we can actually go up here and go around this big cat in the middle. Move right, move up. Just stop, move right. Let's see how far this gets us. Okay. As the game is going, we can actually type more commands. So I'm just going to do that. Move down. And just stop, move head. And success again. So if you hit any problems, just stop, take a moment, think about what we're trying to do, think about the problem they're trying to solve, and what commands you have available. And we're going to answer this quiz. I'm going to say, younger than I am. Alright, let's see if we get to do anything else here. No. So, I mean, basically we continue on playing with this. As you go on, you have more things available to you to try. You get things like weapons to fight, and you learn about variables, and that's it. So the goal is to basically get all the way through here until you're up to the top right here, and then you finish the Kithgard dungeon. You probably get 16, 17 levels, and then in week 2 we'll go on to the next section. And if you have any problems or challenges, just ping me. Remember, key is to have fun. We're learning a little bit of JavaScript, and then we'll be ready for Minecraft in a couple weeks. All right, thanks, folks. Bye-bye.